all day, I have seen new base traders get absolutely wrecked. So you guys are here to try and learn where you're going wrong or where you can go more right. This isn't complex. This isn't something you can't do. This is honestly just seeing patterns and recognizing them and understanding what is most likely a rug and what is most likely not. Now, sometimes you will see these patterns and go, that's a rug, and it's not. And sometimes you will see these patterns and go, that's not a rug, and it is, right? But it's not about being perfect. It's about trying to minimize the times where you are very wrong. It's really that simple. You're not trying to be perfect. You are just trying to minimize how much you are wrong. So where we need to start seeing these patterns. So there are tools that you can pay for, right? One's called AlphaGate. There's all these different ones that my friends use. But this is, without going into those tools and paying for those things and being kind of whales, here's a pretty good way to find new coins that have just launched, ones that have liquidity, haven't rugged already, and then to go about investigating those really quickly to see if you should ape or not, right? So welcome to DexScreener. DexScreener.com/base. That's how you get to all the base pairs, right? By default, if you go to DexScreener.com/base, you get this. You get the past 6 hours, the top coins, by volume, and you can see all of them. All of these probably have already mooned. You have probably already missed your chance for that high you're chasing where you turn $100 into 10,000. How do we get that, right? If you already have 5-6 ETH to play with, it's not as hard to turn that 5-6 ETH into 10. It's a lot harder to turn that 0.3 into 5. So how do we do this? Best way, new pairs, right? And this is new pairs in the last 24 hours. We do not want this. We don't even want new pairs in the last 1 hour, 5 minutes. But the way I do it is so by hour, right? But if you go up into the URL bar and you do, so that's 1, right? 1 hour. If you do 0.1, it's 1/10 of an hour, which is 6 minutes. So 0.1 gives you all the latest coins in the last 6 minutes. Now, something you also want to do, see this? This sucks. You don't even want to see this in here because it overpopulates it. It adds more noise. You want to limit the noise. The hardest part about finding coins to ape and finding the coins that might do well is limiting how much noise you have to look at. So what you can do is turn on a filter, right? There's all these filters. They're not necessarily all useful for this purpose. At the very least, what I do is I put $100 or 200, whatever. You can even do 1,000 on liquidity. That at least straight up removes all of the rugs. It removes the things that have straight up pulled liquidity. Great. So these are all the new coins in the last 6 minutes. Now, I can tell you which coin in here already is a rug. I know that Gamer Floki is a rug. Why do I know that Gamer Floki is a rug? I know it's a rug because there's 13 transactions, 12 makers. That means 12 people. It just disappeared because the age ran out. Let me change it to 0.2. So it's 12 minutes now. I know that this is a rug because there's been 13 buyers. There's $9 grand worth of buys. The market cap is at 90K. Does that make any sense to you? Like that 13 people would spend on average about $700 on a coin called Gamer Floki that just launched a few minutes ago and has 90K on a market cap already. And I'm guessing has no sales. Let's go to it. Okay, here you go. Now, obviously, if you see this, all of this green with $500 in sales should trip your bullshit meter. This guy right here would have sold. He bought here, and the price has nearly doubled on him. With these, at least doubled. I can't see the numbers exactly, but this guy, yeah, he would sell. I promise you he would sell. This doesn't make sense. Or at least he would take initial or do something. This doesn't look right to me, especially with these massive buys, right? So how do we check further? Okay, how do we check further? Go to base scan. See here? Explorer pops out the base scan. Now, what can we learn here? Number one, the contract is verified. Contracts not being verified is usually a bad sign. There are 2 times when a contract will not be verified. One, when it's trying to hide malicious functions. Contract not being verified means you can't see the code. The contract scanners that you might be able to use won't be able to find malicious code in a contract it can't read. So a non-verified contract is usually a bad sign. Now, are there times where a unverified contract can be a supermooner? Yes. When insider projects that might have, big KOLs, big Twitter people on board, they may keep the contract unverified, so it keeps people like us who want to get into those coins early guessing, right? So sometimes, sure, unverified contracts might not be scams. That's less often. It's more often than an unverified contract is probably a scam. However, if you have reason to believe that that unverified contract is truly the contract, fine, buy it. But there's other ways to try and figure that out. We'll talk about it. Go to the contract. Here's another red flag. Read the contract. Almost every single coin that launches that is a legitimate coin that's not going to be a straight up rug. And when I say legitimate, there's varying levels of legitimacy, right? Like a meme coin that's going to die in 20 minutes could be, by all metrics, legitimate. They die, right? Coins die. Coins die all the time. But a contract that is a coin that is a straight up scam almost certainly will not have socials appear. I'll just show you a coin real quick that has socials, right? Prodigy, right? Prodigy, great. Go to the contract. Look, website, Telegram, Twitter. Oh, actually, website, Telegram, and the bot. And this little logo, and it tells you what it is up here. This is what most ones will do. I think BaseNG has it. Let's just open a bunch of these, right? Okay. So a bunch of these. Let's go to the contract. The dog of base, BaseNG. Oldest dog breed in history. Born to live on the base chain. There's the info. Okay. Let's go to Mr. Meeseeks. I wanted to ape that at launch and I totally missed it. Made me mad. Here we go. Meeseeks. That stuff. Okay. Next one, Dgen. Not sure if Dgen was like another one of those insiders that hit it. Yeah, so Dgen is one of those insider type coins where they didn't want people to ape it at first. And if we go back to the beginning of the chart, right, it's probably, these will scroll out. It probably started somewhat modestly before it shot off. Come on. It is an older one in terms of this cycle. Let's go back. See, yeah. See, people weren't really buying it until it shot off. This is one of those ones where they're not trying to give away the website, give away the information. Because if you give that to people, then they know it's not a scam. Sometimes the people launching coins want to confuse you. The idea is to get you in late so they make money. Their friends and family, the people they want to get in, the people they know that'll buy the floor and hold it and soft sell it and not wreck the chart, not ruin the momentum. To be honest, you let the wrong people into a coin at the very beginning and you end up killing it. So let's look at, which one was this? This is Base Street Bets, which just launched tonight. There's their Telegram and their website. Something to do when you're trying to evaluate a coin that just launched. Look at the website. Does it look like shit? It doesn't. Pretty good. I mean, it's all right. Cool, passable. There's no language on it that reads to you as someone who doesn't speak English natively, or at least have a good command of the English language, is trying to write in English. No offense to people who speak different languages or don't speak English. Often when a website has poor grammar, that means not enough effort was made. There are grammar checkers, right? There are language translators. There's ChatGPT that can do it for you. But if they wrote a bad description that reads poorly, be aware. Same if it reads like ChatGPT wrote it too, because sometimes you just have a wonderful new adventure in meme coin, in finance, and blah, blah, blah. All that fluffy language could kind of be a red flag. Okay, so let's go look at some rugs. So that's how you look at a contract and try and evaluate if the contract does anything, is something you should ape. So I'm going back to DexScreener and going back to my base pair. So this is the last 6 minutes. I'm going to add my filter back for 200, and this link stays the same. So if you bookmark this, you can always go back to it. So in the last 6 minutes, something called GemX Finance launched. 36 makers, 40 transactions, 8K in volume. That's not insane. That could be legitimate. There's a shitload in liquidity. That's a little sus. Okay, scam. I would guess this is a scam. Can't be sure yet. But let's look at the contract. Nothing in here. This is the biggest thing that you guys aren't doing, that you need to be doing. This is probably the thing that quitting my job this week. Fuck this. Fuck yeah, man. Is it common practice for legit tokens to put socials in their contract comments then? I think it's common for medium to large coins for the two. For the coins that are like super insidery, you know, that are super, really happy for that guy, that are super like crypto, they call it the cabal, like all the influencers in crypto. For those coins, they don't really need it because they don't really give a shit if someone, you know, needs to read the contract. You're going to find it and you're going to ape it at 10 million, not at 50K. So they would rather not. But for the coins that are the coins that might go to 1 million, might go to 10 million, might get the community really, really going and go to 100 million, right? Those coins that are really dependent on the community and not Twitter shillers. Those coins usually often have the info in the Telegram. And totally legitimate utility projects have the fucking info in there because a lot of times they don't even renounce their contract, right? Like that is a ever-changing contract. Okay, so let's find out if this is a rug. I would love to come across something I feel like might moon and buy it. Okay, so this wallet, here's something you need to check. So I'm going back. This is the contract, right? This is the contract creator. Great. Now we're looking at the wallet that created the contract. This wallet, the Ethereum that it had to create the contract and add liquidity, 20 ETH worth, looks like they must have bridged the ETH in from Ethereum. So there's different ways to fund a deployer wallet. You can transfer it from one base wallet to another, right? And I'm going to find one of those so I can show you outright scams. There is bridging it from a service like Orbiter or Uniswap, and then there's bridging it directly using the base chain bridge. This seems like someone who bridged using the base chain bridge, and that's it. And they created this GMX. Now, there's no way they haven't locked liquidity yet. Liquidity doesn't seem to be locked here. The liquidity was added on this wallet, but there's approve, renounce ownership, and transfer. What is the transfer? This might be the liquidity lock, actually. Is that a burn address? Yeah, it looks like they burned. It looks like they burned it. I think this is a scam. I'm almost certain this is a scam because look at the amount of sells, right? That guy, he sold. He has nothing left. Let's see. Sold for equal, sold for break even. That's odd, right? None of these people have sold. Let's go try scanning it. So you can use ComfySwap, right? We have our friends at ComfySwap who, come here. Let's see, ComfySwap scanner. Boop. So you do Comfy, paste it, and type the chain you're scanning. Going to analyze it. Red and yellow are bad. Might have mints. That is not good. There are external calls inside the transfer functions. That is very bad too. Those are bad signs. Very much bad signs. TTF, that's another scanner, right? Suspicious functions. When you see that, balance manipulations, suspicious code, burn from, this is all bad. There is no good reason for a contract called GMX Finance to have those functions. They're trying to get people to think this is maybe a DEX coin or some kind of utility coin, but those things don't belong anywhere near a legitimate contract. All right, so this also, again, just look at it with your eyes, right? Someone just aped. Who just aped $6,000? Let's see, where did this come from? Where did their ETH come from? What have they been aping? Book of Pepe. So here's another thing these people do. I almost guarantee a lot of these are rugs. And they're probably rugs by the same guy. So what they do is a rugger will load up other wallets with ETH, right? Let's see. I'm just going to pick a random one of these. I don't know if I don't remember any of these. So they might, I think this one was a rug. If I go to, this contract, burn from, okay, let's see. Was this a rug? Base Vitalik? 22 minutes ago, burn from, that is sus. Let's see. Yep, rug. This guy, how much did he ape into this rug? Go back. Sorry if I jump around a lot. When you're trying to evaluate these coins, there's a lot of steps, and I'll try and summarize them later and go back over them. But this is the kind of thing you can do in about 4 minutes once you kind of understand what you're looking for. Okay, so Base Vitalik, that was obviously a rug. What else has this guy? This $6,000 ape that he did into this coin that I think is a rug. Book of Pepe. Okay, he has these coins in here. Great. Never sold. Burn from. Again, rug. That is burn from. There's a way to burn the liquidity and to pull it out in doing so. It's a clever way of rugging after you've already locked liquidity. That is one of the ruggers' wallets. What they do is they will take the money they've made from those rugs, spread them out to a bunch of wallets, and when they launch a new rug, they will buy heavy on that rug to try and trick you into having FOMO, to jumping into it. All of those wallets won't matter to them, right? All that money they spent on those buys goes into the liquidity pool, and it never comes out. So they get to pull it out later. Again, if you see this kind of green and that kind of red, there's a problem. Okay, so let's look back at these new pairs. We have these three have no liquidity. They've already rugged. My filter got reset, so I'm going to add my $100 filter. Cool. In the last 6 minutes, 2 coins have launched. One's at 2.4 thousand with $49 in volume. Often, when a new coin is something that is legitimate, it's a dev or team that knows what they're doing, and some people at least know about it, right? It'll get some buys pretty quickly. It'll see some action pretty quickly. I'm guessing that doesn't. Super based fan. Let's click that. Those are pretty small buys, honestly. And okay, so let's check this one out. We have a contract that is unverified. Not great. If we go to, this is the deployer wallet. Okay, this is him creating the contract. This is him. Great. Now, where did this must have been bridged ETH as well. Actually, let's go here. So this is, yeah, here we go. 2 minutes ago, this dude got the ETH, made the contract, and launched it. Where did he get the ETH from? Another wallet that created another contract. 3 dogs in a world. We just saw that. That guy who just launched Super Based Fan, this launched another coin minutes ago and is going to rug that one too. So that's one of the biggest things that you guys are missing out on. I promise you, if some of those coins that y'all have sent the error from transfer helper error that you can't sell, I promise you, some of those things you bought, if you go into the deployer and follow their ETH back, you will find it coming from wallets that are funding other scams. Let's see what else we got here now. Sell if gay. Now, another thing is if you really want to make money with this, what I recommend you do is spend 6 hours. Cut out 6 hours of your time. Stare at this fucking screen on DexScreener. Stare at it, right? And you'll see repeating names. Sell if gay has shown up at least a dozen times in the last week. There's another one called The Ticker with a blue emoji. Shows up every few hours. There's a lot of reused names, a lot of non-clever names that pop up. And with those, they're going to be rugs. I almost promise you they're going to be rugs. They're 99% of the time repeated contracts and repeated names and lazy names and just shit that you know you think, oh man, I've seen that a dozen times. It's going to be a rug. Now maybe the reason why you've seen it a dozen times is because there is legitimately a coin coming with that name for launch, right? With that name, and someone's trying to front run it. That happens. So often too, you'll find that if that's happening, they'll use their website. I see this catching bids. What is this? Why? Okay, come on. You saw that going up pretty quick. Okay, why? His journey connecting years ago. Let's see what this website is. You need to move fast now because if this is a good. Oh no, do not ape this. This is a website. I've already aped this once. It looks cool. It's a rug. This is going to be a rug because I aped this about a week ago and it was a rug, or about 5 days ago. So let's check out the contract creator. This was bridged. This is bridge self. This is bridged ETH, which is usually not necessarily a bad or good sign. You can't really learn much from that. But why? I am very hesitant to ape this after already getting scammed on one of these before. What we can do is throw it into the base bot here and see what the taxes are. 0.0. Okay. All right. Well, I'm still hesitant, even though, you know, it's going up. Still hesitant. Oh, one other thing, you guys, I just noticed it right here in the holders list. Check this out. See how every sale is twice? 97, 97, 25, 25. The reason why every sale is twice is because there's what's called a farming contract. When a dev launches a 0.0 contract, how do you think they pay for the fact that they burn liquidity? How do you think they pay for DexScreener? How do you think they pay for anything? How do you think they pay themselves? Just holding a bag and working for it and paying money to make you rich? No. They do initial farming. Oh, look at that chart. See? What happens is the initial taxes are set high, let's say 20%. All of that taxed funds goes into the contract. If I go over to it, all of the initial taxed funds go into the contract right here. So if I click this, you're probably going to see a lot of transactions flowing into it, like transfers. See, this is that wallet selling automatically with every sale. It doubles it, and these are all the coins coming in from the taxes. So what happens is every time someone sells, it also sells, and until now, so it's at 11%. Now it's at 11%. If you see the contract wallet with above 10% and volume is slowed down, it may not get out of it. They call it a clog. You see it across people. When people say that, oh no, the contract is clogged, it's because the contract has coins that it needs to sell before that sell pressure lets off. See, now someone's buying it. I wouldn't recommend it because there's still 11% of the supply that must be dumped, like by the contract, before this goes up. So this isn't necessarily a scam, right? Like if coins get decent buy pressure, which this one's starting to, if coins get decent buy pressure, they can escape what's called the clog. Once they get past the clog and the dev spends on DexScreener and maybe gets trending and maybe buys a call or two from that money, you're then singing his praises, right? Like you're really happy that the dev did all that and you don't give a fuck that there was a clog and they dumped on your head. But when it never escapes the clog, you got a problem. So it's still going to be at 11% because no one has sold yet. It's gonna get to around here, and someone from down here will sell once, and then it will come cascading down most likely because people are going to see how hard it dumps. It's going to dump really hard in a second. Just wait. We'll wait for it. Since you're all watching, we'll wait for it. As you can see, no one has sold yet. Wait for the first sell. That first sell is going to be brutal because someone from down here is going to nuke. It's gonna happen. Unless they no, they wouldn't have set the taxes. This is a farm contract, so it's gonna stay at 0. Yeah. Someone's gonna get itchy right when the volume slows down here. And they're gonna nuke it. Oh, let's check that GMX thing. Yeah, it's just sitting there. No one else is buying it. They'll rug. They put in a fuckload of liquidity too, which also makes people think it's legitimate because who would put in that much liquidity? Yeah, ruggers. Okay. All right. If no one's gonna dump, I know someone's gonna fucking do it. We can go to their Telegram too. Let's join their Telegram. Go to the contract. Here's the Telegram. It's not burnt yet. Website looks schizophrenic as fuck. That's because it's a stolen website. They don't know that. I didn't know that until I found out from a friend on the last time. Official CA. One thing to do too is to check the members list. There is no admins here. The admin is the user. Like you can set the admin to the page. That is the admin. That's not the best sign. I'll say that. Oh, there it is. See? That was the 300 buyer. I told you. I even pointed to that one. That 300 buyer was 2x, knows there's a clog, nuked, and by doing so, and then the liquidity is removed. The reason I knew this would probably be a scam is because A, I've seen it before. B, I know that website's stolen. C, that's really it. Those two things. I mean, this could have been legitimate. It had the decent stuff in the contract. The deployer wasn't from an obvious scammer. The contract was mostly clean, but they also didn't lock or burn the liquidity that entire time. And guess what? Right after that dude sold and the whole thing started nuking, they pulled liquidity because they knew if it went, they should have pulled liquidity here when it stalled out before someone sold, because that's money that the rugger did not get. All right, so that was a scam. Super base fan. Remember I said that one would rug. It did rug. GMX is still going up, but as you can see, there's still 13K total in sells, 84% buy volume. That's fucking unheard of. I promise you, all these people who have bought, like this person, that's not a real buy. That's probably the rugger. That might be a real buy. These are probably real buys. These people just lost their money. All right, let's head back to base. Sorted by new pairs. Had the $100 filter. And change the hours, the max age to 0.1 for the last few minutes. Okay, great. So these are all new. 29 transactions, 21 makers, based Elon. A basic name like based Elon probably isn't going to do shit. People need to be more clever than that. That's probably a rug. If you see if you just see like Elon Musk, base Chad, that's been done a million times and they've already mooned. Like if you see all that shit, it's probably a rug. Only possible on base. That has shown up a good amount of times so far. Also, probably a rug. Let's find out. Looks like a rug already, just because no one has sold. People get itchy trigger fingers, the first buyers, at least to get their initial out. Telegram website. Oh, look, they have a website, and their contract is verified. So that's not the worst. Okay, here's something to check. Does this contract address match the contract address that we're talking about? Often people steal websites. They link a website that's not theirs, that's already been done. 0xDF. 0xDF. It is. Great. In recent weeks, these large dedicated community. Moving forward. That's not awful. It's a little weird that it just repeats. It's not awful. Let's look at the Telegram. Okay. This Telegram was made today. Not the worst sign, not the best. It's going to be locked. Yep, it's just the buy bot. That's not the best sign either. Not a terrible one, but next thing to check. The deployer. Oh, look, they've just tried to remove the liquidity. Did they remove it already? Yep, they did. Sometimes, if you're worried about a coin rugging you, you'll want to watch the deployer, and they may fail at their transaction to remove liquidity may fail. Today I was in a coin, and they tried removing liquidity 3 times, and each one time failed, and we were all able to sell before the rugger did it. It was actually really funny. Luckily, Prodigy also, them removing liquidity triggered anti rug. So that's one of the times that it works. Let's see. Make sure to check the dev's wallet first too. These kinds of base devs are lazy and won't bother moving to fresh wallet. Exactly. That's something I went through maybe right before you joined Upglow. But basically, the lowest level of scammers that launch the most contracts all rapidly, they launch a contract, they move the ETH to a new wallet. From the wallet they just scammed on, launch a contract. Just keep doing that. They just cycle that because at least a few people will ape it, right? So that check the deployer wallet, like I've shown. Do that, or else you are really opening yourself up to be scammed. I wish I was a cat. 7 makers, $600 in volume. It's not bad. We have a sell for a decent amount. Okay. Comparative to the buys that have already happened. No info in here. Not the best. We have the deployer wallet right here. They got 3 ETH from somewhere. Where did they get it? Look for if they... Okay, so now here's a new one. See all these? I'm guessing some of these have bought I wish I was a cat. Let's find out. $300 token transfers. No, they bought other, I think, I wish I was a cat 6 hours ago. There's already been I wish I was a cat, and I'm guessing this rugged. Let's find out. This is another coin called I wish I was a cat. Meow, exactly the same as this one that people are buying, and there's no liquidity. So basically what they'll do is they'll send this 3 ETH to a deployer wallet, and they will deploy the contract. The rest of these that they've sent are to a bunch of generally, usually fresh wallets, maybe not. This person's being lazy because they can be, because people aren't looking for these scams. What they're doing is with all of these wallets now, they will get out of here. They will buy. Probably about half of these buys are from these wallets. So what they're doing is they're making it look more legitimate by pumping their own money into it. And they'll just rug it in the end anyway and get their money back. But in here, there are some people who think they found the next mooner before anyone else, and they are throwing money at it. And that is how they trick you. That's how they trick you into thinking the coin is not going to rug you. So this is 100% a rug. Okay, let me go back to my base. Okay, Xpunk, 4 makers. Okay, a lot of liquidity. Usually you don't see liquidity being higher than a market cap. That's a little crazy. That's probably a rug for that very reason. Contract unverified. Let's find out where the liquidity came from. 9 ETH came from. Yep. See them 2 minutes ago. See where they're transferring all this ETH out to separate wallets, all different amounts. 9 to this one, 1 to this one, and then a bunch of smaller ones. I promise you, a lot of these buys coming right now are from wallets. Let's click this one. See how it only has $30 left in it? I guarantee, yeah, the 2 came in, the 0.2 came in, and the 0.2 bought. 35 seconds ago, they got 0.2. Where did they get that 0.2 from? Oh, look. This is where the money for the deploy came from, for the liquidity. This is a scam. They are pumping their own coin with their own money only to pull liquidity later once they entrap enough people who don't know better. Let me bring that tab back. Okay, so scam. Titan AI. 6 people have bought it. It's not totally out of the ordinary. Nothing in here. Not the best sign. Let's check the deployer. Orbiter Bridge. That's, if it's a scam, they're just slightly more competent. No way to know if this is a scam. I would trend towards yes, simply because there's nothing in the contract. And Titan AI isn't exactly a a gangbuster's name. There's nothing clever about it in terms of a meme. There's nothing in AI that I can think of that actually is like a Titan AI. That's not like a thing that I know of. So that doesn't seem like much. SIB, Summer Inu Base. That just sounds like shit. Spooderman has already had many coins that have gone crazy with the name Spooderman. Let's see if in the last 12 minutes I missed something. I missed a coin that is doing really well. Nothing has caught much volume at all in the last 12 minutes. So we did not miss one. This is a rug, we already said. In the next 18 minutes, Cat Coin, which I didn't look at, has 22 makers, 19K in volume. It's a little sus. Yeah, 17,000 in buys and 2,000 in sells. No. People are aping 1.3 thousand. The first, no. This is a scam. Contract unverified. Scam. Let's check the deployer. Where did they get their ETH from? Boop. And look, they're sending out ETH to other wallets. Now, if you scroll back a little bit, because they don't use fresh wallets because they're lazy, most likely this 3 ETH came in, 2.7 ETH went out 8 hours ago. Let's see if he launched a rug with this. Contract creation. Yeah. This is this is a rugger's wallet. So this, my friends, is a rug. Let's see if we can find something that isn't a rug. Because look, you got to wade through all this shit. Unlike Solana, right? Solana, most 90% of contracts are all the same. They can't rug you in terms of all these complicated ways of doing it. There's not honeypots. There's not all these things that screw you quietly. They just pull the liquidity or dump the coins on your head. It's simpler. But, like, it's kind of shittier. Like, probably 90% of the coins just die immediately because they nuke into the ground. And then you're left just dead there, right? Or they pull liquidity completely. With Base, with any functional blockchain, there are a lot more scams that scam in clever ways, but those, if you just take the time to try and train yourself to catch the things, you can catch them. So nothing here. 40 transactions on this, $2,000 in volume. A lot of smaller apes. That's not a bad sign, but still, $1 in sales. Come on, someone would have sold, even if they just got a bad feeling and didn't want to hold it. Someone would have sold. Whisper Tau, 32 makers, 22K in volume. Oh, now we got something. 15K. This is a little closer to maybe being legitimate. We might have found something that might be good. Oh, contracts unverified. All right, let's check the deployer wallet. Whisper Tau came from here. This is 18 minutes ago. This is a bad sign. This is a bad sign because these could all be buying Whisper Tau. Let's see if it is. Whisper Tau. Yep. This is all buying Whisper Tau. And this is them bringing that ETH back in from those wallets after their previous rug. Let's see. And this is where they got that ETH in the beginning. And this is them sending out ETH for another rug. Yeah, that's a rugger. This is a rug. 100%. If the contract was verified, maybe I would somewhat start trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, but that's a rug. Okay. This is the kind of dead time, unfortunately, for Base launches as far as I've seen. It's like in the afternoon during the day, I've found a lot of stuff. Oh, I got a DM of a question. What about copy trading? Do we need the steps? Do we have steps to check the wallet, or do you need exactly like you explained to check the coin? So let's look at, we'll stop hunting. I really would have liked to find something that is doing well rather than just, rugs. It's good to teach you which things are rugs. Okay, so here's what you can do. You can look for in here, because you can see how you can mouse over and see what people bought and sold for. That person's not a bad trader, right? They bought for 2,000 and they sold for double. Not bad. Look for yellow. Yellow means that this person bought 1,700 and sold 2,500 and still has $1,800 moon bag to go. This person, low break even. This person bought 17K and hasn't let go of it. Look for yellow, and that'll tell you that they have made money, right? And that's how you can find some good traders, right? You can see that they're doing this. And then what you can do is find, okay, so this guy, he still has $40,000 of this coin left and he's break even. Jesus Christ. Okay, so this guy, let's find the other coins. He's been doing a lot of Goldman Sachs. What other coins does he trade at? Is he just trading Goldman Sachs? Is he like a, okay, he's done other ones, cool. So if we go to Grumpy Cat on base, did he sell this at all yet? Okay, he has sold some. Okay, so let's grab his wallet, right? Go to Grumpy Cat on base. Let's grab this, DexScreener, base, Grumpy Cat on base. I'm going to sort Grumpy Cat on base. Where are you? Yeah, that's it. Now I have his wallet here. It should show me. Okay, great. He is in the green. He bought $2,000 worth and sold for $3,500. So he is generally a good trader. Let's see. So he bought these highs, but then he also bought a couple dips and was able to sell them to get into profit. So he didn't do bad. I mean, he didn't do great, but he did okay. So find a trader that has done well on a coin. Go look at their performance on other coins. See if they're constantly making money. How much does this guy have in his wallet in the first place? $4,000. So he's not amazing. He's not terrible. All right, so Sachs, you can also, instead of trying to like search through, like you can, like this is a totally valid way to do it. Try to find people. This guy bought $4,000 worth, sold 11,000. That's pretty fucking great to me, right? That's a pretty big win. $6,000 for what, a day of trading? That's huge. So we can investigate this guy. He sold ERC. He may have bought something recently. He bought something called Based Llama an hour ago. What is Based Llama? I have not heard of it. I haven't heard of everything. Okay, so let's see if how he's doing on Based Llama. Grouse. His address, put it in here. He bought where on the chart? He bought the tippy top, like a dumbass. But he's holding. He may hold to the bottom, where he may believe that, you know, there's that saying that you didn't lose until you sell. So he may believe it'll come back up. He did buy that dump, though. Smart there. He did buy that dump. So he might not be the best candidate. Let's head back over to Sachs. What I wanted to show too, top traders. Look at this. This is super useful. You see that this guy bought $300 worth and sold $18,000 worth, and he still has 43K. All right, let's check out this guy. He's out there trading other stuff too, buying other stuff. So you can go look at his hit rate on any of these coins, right? Or we can go to another one. This guy bought $7,000 worth and cashed out $23,000 and still has a bunch of money to go. He's got 15K in his wallet, probably from this. He has also bought Peekaboo, which I think might have been a rug. Unless it's, no, let's say Peekaboo. Peekaboo looks like a rug. He bought a rug. That happens. Even good traders, you know, think something looked good and they buy a rug. See what else he's bought. This is what you do in general. So find traders in the trades that have positive profit and loss. Go look and see if they are constantly in profit. A good way to find those traders is to just go to top traders here and see, like look for people. You can see what they bought for and what they sold for. This guy's not bad. That guy's a little rough. Unrealized too is also good to keep track of, because this guy bought $500 worth, made $5,000, and still has 10K running on it because he's, you know, waiting to see if it goes up or down. Yeah, he made a bunch. He made a bag off it. That's awesome. The only things he's traded is Goldman Sachs. He bought Blue Trump for, don't, I hit the wrong button. Bought Blue Trump for $71. He sold it for 87. I guess he got out break even. Then he bought Goldman. So this guy doesn't have a long history of trading. He might have just gotten lucky on Goldman. So that might not be someone you want to copy trade. What you are looking for is someone who consistently has a history of trading well. Let's see who else we got here. No one's really making my eyes bulge in terms of really good traders. This one wasn't bad. I don't know if I looked at him already. Base runners. He's burned. He's burning coins on whatever this is. What is this? What is this coin? This seems dead because there's no transfers. I don't know what that is. It's really weird. Super odd. Let's avoid that guy. But this is the process. You need to do this kind of research. Let's go to another coin. Look for top traders real quick. Blue Foster coin. I wanted to buy that at launch, but I was not online. Top traders. This dude, let's see. Someone bought $2,000, made 50. Still has 9,000 left. This guy bought $12,000, made 50. Still has 94,000 left. Okay. So what else has been trading? Basenji. He bought it. Hasn't sold it yet. Bass Pro Shops. Wonder when he bought that. If you click this, it'll sort. If you click the token, it'll sort his buys and his sells. Holy shit. It looks like he bought Bass Pro Shops at launch, which I did. He bought $5,000 worth. He still has 3 million left. He bought 3 million. He bought 3 million for $5,000. And he sold 1 million for $7,000. This might be a very good guy to copy trade. This looks like someone who might get in early and do well. He's got 12 grand in there. He probably has multiple wallets to spread out on. It looks like he bought Baldwin Sachs early. Looks like this guy's pretty good. This guy's pretty good. You can also search their wallet in your yeah. Can you check Roost? Can you check them for? Yeah, sure. We can check Roost real quick. Roost, I don't know if it's going to be a very good top traders because your top sales are all pre-salers, right? This guy did buy 39K on one transaction, probably a snipe. So Roost, because it was a pre-sale, might not be something you want to check for skilled traders on, right? Because these are snipes. Like that's a bundled snipe, probably. Like these are massive snipes that sold. So like Roost is not going to be is not a coin that you really want to go try and find good copy traders on. You want to find something that has had a history of trading where people are buying and selling and not necessarily sniping. You also don't want to copy trade a sniper necessarily because snipers will snipe 20 coins for 0.1 or 0.01. And sure, they'll cash out, an ETH out of that, but they'll also have lost on 9 coins in a row. And if you're copy trading for $20 and you have $100 in there, right? That means after 5 apes, you're done. You're out of the game. So if his hit rate on sniping is 1 out of 10 or even 3 out of 10, what are the odds that you get to those 5 apes with one hitting? Not necessarily super high. So you want to find someone who is constantly just buying and selling at the right times. That's what you want to find in a copy trader. So that's kind of how to find this. Oh, CJ. I don't know. CJ, a coin that I don't know about? Carl Johnson. Great. Yeah, I saw that up. I forgot about this one. God, I spend way too much time with this shit that I actually know every single. Okay, here we go. Let's see. We have someone who bought 600 and made a bunch. Great. Okay. What I'm looking for is someone who bought a decent amount, sold a decent amount, but still has a decent amount left. Like this guy. Cool. He bought 390, meaning he was early. He was able to sell. Doesn't say how much, but he was able to sell probably half his bag. And he still has, he has sold about half and still has 2,000 left. Great. That's a pretty good trading habit to leave a moon bag. Okay, so let's see what has he been trading. Carl Johnson. I think base node was a thing. I don't know. He hasn't sold it yet. Basenji, he bought it and sold it nearly immediately. I guess he didn't want to be in it for some reason, or he thought it was a bad move. DHT, don't know what that is. He bought and sold it nearly the same time. Bought and sold whatever this is. Let's check some of these trades to see if he lost. This, it looks like he made money on, right? Because he bought the 190 and then he slow sold it off. You don't do that if you're losing money. So he bought it for $200, and then on this sale, it's probably his initial. Yeah, it looks like he oh no, he made a bunch of money, and that's a small part of his bag. That's a tiny fucking part of his bag. What coin is this? Is this still actively being traded? I have not heard of it. Maybe I'm. No, it seems like it's probably dead. Let's look up this coin. DexScreener / base / that. Yeah, it seems pretty dead by now. We can check out his buys, right? So now that we've loaded the coin up, is it this one? Yeah, it's 88. Great. This guy. Yeah. Okay. We can go to here, paste in his address, and we'll see all his buys. He bought 200, and he was able to cash out $2,000, 2,500. Let's see where his buys happened. He bought right here. That's not necessarily a snipe, mind you, because it might be a snipe. But he bought for $200 and did that. He also sold at some of the worst moments, though. He rebought. No, he just sold. That's weird. Why is that showing A's there? Oh, those are liquidity ads because the contract adds liquidity. It counts under him, but it's not him. He sold this very bottom here, which is regrettable, but then he held it. Where's his last? Is that his last sale? Holy shit. He sold the absolute bottom on that. All right, so he's not a bad trader. He got in pretty good on that. A little bit of money. But he could have done a lot better. So let's see what else he's done. Base art. And he sold twice. So he bought this and then sells. Okay, so his buy is here for $357. His sell is here for $290. And then his last sell is here for $290. So he did okay. He doubled his money almost. So this guy's not bad, right? You can find others here. Like I said, don't necessarily look for the guy that, turns $3,000 into $4,000. Look for the guy who, or this one, the 2,000 into 3. Look for the guy. This is not bad, right? He still has some left. This is also not bad. He still has some left. So not bad at all. You got to look for the people consistently making money. So if we go with maybe let us explore for ones that still have bags left, that have left a moon bags. That's generally a good practice. Yeah, you're cool. Let's look at you. This guy on the chart here bought low, sold on the way up, and it's still, you have some left? Yeah, he's still holding to see if it pops up to the next one. Okay, this is his wallet. What has he been aping? Carl Johnson, Roost. He bought and sold Roost, which is foolish. He shouldn't have done it in the first place. It was overhyped. But he hasn't aped that much. But he's done pretty well for himself. So that's how you do it. You just have to go look and then evaluate if you think that they are someone you should be copy trading. And copy trading is just something that you got to see if they've done well. Let me see. So this has been kind of a lesson. Let me see. I'll go back over real quick, looking at new pairs. DexScreener, base, and then I sort it by new pairs. I do 1 hour, and to get to this, just change the 1 hour to 0.1, which is 6 minutes. Add a filter of $100 at the bare minimum so that you're not looking at straight up rugs. Peekaboo. Fuck. We missed a mooner, guys. Fuck. When did this happen? 3 minutes ago while I was looking at those. Oh man, I'm sorry guys. I would have loved to ape that with you. Look at that. That is such a shame. We've been staring at this all night. And I go in a deep dive on how to copy trade, and I missed the trade that could have made us all a bunch of money. Oh well, we're not aping that now. Absolutely not. That could go to 5 million, and I'm not entering something unless I feel like I get a good entry. No, just not. I'm not going to ape it if I feel like I have a bad entry, because the problem with that is that if I have a bad entry, I can't fucking sleep. If I aped anywhere in, I always forget how to draw the lines on this because it's different on things, but if I aped anywhere here, I can sleep. And this methodology that I'm showing you guys allows you to kind of do that, right? But if I ape like up here, there's just too many possibilities that this goes horribly wrong for me. And I need to sleep. That is frustrating. That's the game we play, right? We stay here and we look at these charts and we wait for this to happen. Let's evaluate this if I would have aped it, right? Contract. Boilerplate edited version of the Toshi contract. At least it says, I would have said, at least it says that. This is not the best sign, but at least it says that. Now let's go check the deployer. Peekaboo is a good name, too. It's clever. See how that's a clever name, Pikachu, but then with blue. I know it's stupid, but all these, base chain shit always has bald. Like they call the Twitter sphere of crypto influencers the cabal, right? There was that coin that went from like 5K to 5 million that my friends caught called Cabald, right? So that kind of cleverness works well. So this is the deployer. It got ETH from 2 different places 23 hours ago. Wait, what? So this would have caught my eye if we would have looked at it, unfortunately. Fuck that. God, I'm kicking myself. We could have all made a bunch of money tonight together on that one. That would have been super cool. If he funds it 23 hours ago, he's probably not a serial rugger. Serial ruggers don't leave one ETH sitting in a wallet for 23 hours. They're mostly poor. This is where it came from. I don't see it creating, I don't see it sending out. See if it's traded. Yes, this wallet has traded. I would have aped this. Son of a bitch. Because this usually the deployer wallets often don't trade themselves. They send out the ETH to trade on their rugs. And I know Spire AI is not a rug. I know Based Wojak is not a rug. I know all of those aren't a rug. Man, oh man. Oh, my friends are actually talking about Peekaboo too. Let me see. Did I miss it? No, they didn't catch it. So I don't feel too bad. They wouldn't have caught it. I have a friend group that we all check these new pairs. Get friends who do this too. If you get friends who do this too, you can split up the labor. It's a lot of staring at stuff. See how I said I didn't want to ape here because I felt like I would be not nervous, but like to have to pay attention to it, and it's super late and I'm super tired. Yeah, not going to happen. I'm not going to buy it. All right, so let's take another look. Gosh darn it. Let's take another look at what has launched in the last 12 minutes now. Peekaboo, and then everything else looks like they're probably scams. Yeah, 14 makers. They're probably mostly, could be legitimate. Could be legitimate, although it's competing with Peekaboo gobbling its volume. The contract was unverified. The ETH came from a wallet. Yeah, this is a Rugger's wallet. You can kind of see how it's sending out ETH to a bunch of different wallets all around the same time. And now have a bunch of ETH coming back in on it. And if I find the last wallet that they sent contract creation, yep, they did Whisper Towel, which we said was a rug earlier. So he is a rug. Sorry for everyone buying that. You are buying a rug. Okay. Well, this says, hopefully this has been useful for you guys. I'll gladly do this again sometime. This was recorded. I'm going to spend some time chopping it down. I might bleep out my curse words. I might remove the whole section where I lament having us all miss Pepe Blue together, or Pika Blue. Or maybe I'll keep it because this is the type of example. Like I said, you need to stare at it. You need to sit here, lock in, and learn what looks like a mooner. Like I said, that name would have got me. That name would have got me. The deployer would have got me. And then because it doesn't have the info in the socials, I might go to Telegram and go ahead and search this. And I'm sure, yep, I just found it. This is probably the Telegram channel for that. Yep, it is. 100% it is. Let me check the taxes on this, actually. See if they drop down to 0. 1-1. Okay. Yep, we missed it, boys. But we'll do another education session again, and maybe we'll hunt together. You guys can maybe learn a little from me of what I'm looking at and how I'm doing it, and then you guys can also be hunting, and we can all hunt these coins together and maybe find one together and make some money together as pro bros, as we say. Try not to say I don't answer DMs. I do. I also may not see them. I also may be offline. There's always mods here to help you. Most of the questions that I answer in DMs, anyone else in the chat can answer. Unless, DM me if it's something private, like your wallet address or something, or you need to give me your private key for some reason. Don't do that, though. There's always people in the chat to help you other than me. So if I don't answer a DM, it's not because I dislike it. It's because I'm not great at answering DMs, and I have a very busy real life job other than crypto. So hopefully this was helpful. It'll be posted for everyone else. Good luck out there. If you have any questions about everything I just went through, I'm going to post the DexScreener link for Base, how I have it sorted, so you guys can use it. This is Base chain sorted by the last. I'll do 12 minutes just so it's a little more useful to you, and with a filter for a minimum of $100 in liquidity. So this is the last 12 minutes of launches. The only one, none of these are catching so CL has 13K, 9 transactions, 6 makers, probably a rug. We know he's a rug. You don't see anything catching a bunch of people aping. Baby Roost, but not really. No one's aping in volume at it. So there's nothing here at all interesting. But if we do 0.3, where Pepe or Pika Blue is, god damn it. Anyway, I'm going to post this in the chat. All you got to do is change the number at the end, and it will give you good new pairs for Base that you can buy. Sniping, like I think I mentioned, I find this to be better than sniping, because sniping, you have to sort through all these contracts without knowing anything, without really being able to see how the buys are coming in and stuff. Sure, sniping, you'll get in a little earlier, but you're also playing it more risky, and you really got to sort through a lot of garbage without a really nice interface like DexScreener to try and sort them and add filters of your own and stuff. So I think that's going to wrap it up for tonight. I got to get to bed. I got to be up early, and I'm super exhausted. We will do another one of these soon. Good luck. This video will be reposted if you missed anything. As you go along doing the stuff, if you want, write down questions. Think of things. Hit us up. We're always here to help. When you guys win, we win. We get more traders. So we'll talk again soon. Always around. Thanks for hanging out.